Namaskar. Myself Deepak Kumar Rath welcome you to the digital media of Uday India and on my regular episode that is Bhartiyataka Sankanath. Today I will speak about on 25th of July 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attacked the opposition for their decision to name their alliance as INDIA. He said that merely adding the word India to their name doesn't make the true representatives of the country. And the Prime Minister cited the examples of the East India Company, the Indian Mujahideen and Popular Front of India, all of which have the word INDIA India in their names but are not considered to be legitimate representatives of the country. Friends, as usual, the opposition has started to raise hue and cry over the issue and has decided to stall the parliament until the Prime Minister relents to their demand. The government's plans to introduce significant legislation in parliament have been halted by the Manipur dispute. And since the monsoon section began last Saturday, one day after the Manipur horror film surfaced, both houses of parliament have been postponed numerous times without any business being completed. Despite the PM having shown his disapproval over the Manipur incident, this hue and cry of opposition continued. And Prime Minister Modi also stated in his remarks prior to the section that his heart was filled with agony and rage, and no guilty will be spared. I want to tell the nation the law will be followed in the taking action, the PM said very clearly to the nation. There is no forgiveness for what happened to the daughters of Manipur, he declared, Prime Minister himself. Now this is what politicians do, keep thriving in the business of politics. But we as citizens have a duty towards our own country. We will today present you the facts about opposition treachery for the last 9 years and in the recent Manipur incidents. And here is the data on how many days the Indian Parliament has functioned and how many days it has stalled due to protest of the opposition in last 9 years. You listen this very carefully, that in the year 2014-15 the number of days Parliament functioned was 153 and the number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 100. In the year 2015-16, the number of days Parliament functioned was 137 and number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 106. In the year 2016-17, the number of days Parliament functioned was 136, while the number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 85. In the year 2017-18, the number of days Parliament functioned was 135 and the number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 90. In the year 2018-19, the number of days Parliament functioned was 133 and number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 124. In the year 2019-20, the number of days Parliament functioned was 125 and the number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 140. In 2020-21, the number of days Parliament functioned was 119 and the number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 170. In 2021-22, the number of days Parliament functioned was 104 and number of days Parliament stalled due to protest was 155. Friends, as you can see, the number of days that Parliament has been stalled due to protest has increased in recent years. In 2014-15 sections, Parliament was stalled for 100 days, but in 2021-22 section, it was stalled for 155 days. And the main reason for the increase in disruption in increasing polarization of because of the polarization of Indian politics. The opposition parties have used parliament as a platform for its obstructionist politics and trying to prevent the government from working. The disruptions have had a negative impact on the functioning of parliament. They have prevented the government from passing important legislation, and they have also made it difficult for the opposition to raise their concerns also. The disruptions have also made it difficult for the public to understand what is happening in parliament. The disruptions in parliament are a serious problem and they need to be addressed. The government and the opposition need to find a way out to work together to ensure that parliament can function effectively. This is about parliament stalling, and let me now present you with some facts on Manipur. I will show you how this government proactively, both the governments at the center and in the state, they work together to bring Manipur back to tranquil state. Opposition is making a huge hue and cry over the situation in Manipur, correct? It is accusing the government of not managing the crisis upfront. The allegation of opposition doesn't hold water. Why? Government knew that such a situation may arise after judicial order by High Court, and it was prepared for it. Violence erupted on 3rd of May, and the same day 55 guns of the army were deployed. The Indian army rescued and evacuated nearly 9,000 people to safety and very night. A relentless effort was being made throughout to bring normalcy. Assam Rifles under Home Minister Amit Shah took the lead in providing round-the-clock protection to the convoy of civil trucks. 9,000 trucks carrying essential goods like supplies, medicines, oil to Imphal Valley via National Highway number 37 moved incidentally. Human values, compulsion and commitment were prioritized. Healthcare has always been a priority for the central government. Doctors from AIIMS Kalyani, AIIMS Guwahati and AIIMS Shillong were also rushed to Manipur for healthcare. Well-being of those injured and evacuated were taken care by doctors specialized in surgery, psychiatry, obstetrics, emergency care, etc. And the government made no compromise in ensuring distribution of essential resources including petrol and cooking gas in Manipur as part of their measures to return normalcy. In fact, after Home Minister Amit Shah's visit to Manipur, an all-party meeting was also called. He briefed all parties like Congress and others what action being taken in the state, mentioned about arrests, number of affairs, etc. etc. Yet the opposition continues its vulture politics. However, despite all this, the opposition is creating ruckus in the parliament and stopping many bills is a devious ploy to keep functioning of government at bay. UPA changed its name, you know everyone, that to wash away all its sins, that is from UPA to INDIA. They are today hiding behind the name INDIA, using this valuable name for their selfish political goals. The PM rightly said that what he said at the BJP parliamentary party meeting on 25th July. So, I want to, in fact, Uday India want to clear here that if the government, the ruling party is taking all corrective measures, it is the role of opposition to play a positive role, decisive role, because in a healthy democracy, opposition has also got a major role to play. They need to run the parliament so that many bills can be passed, and also government has already announced that they want to discuss the Manipur issue, however how much time it may take. That means if you don't want to discuss on Manipur, you just want to stall the parliament. That is not acceptable in a healthy democracy. And opposition, especially the Congress and other parties, they are not raising the real issues. They are just playing the blame game politics and stalling the parliament. That's all for today. Bharat Mata ki jai.